What's up, y'all? Good evening. It's Monday. I think it's Monday. Monday, September the 27th. Um, so Spirit had a lot of messages for me today. I've been channeling very clear, concise messages today. Um, so I decided to record this video rather than go live so that I could stay focused and I didn't get interrupted by any energies that might have jumped on my live. Sometimes that tends to happen. Because I'm so sensitive, I tune into other people's energy so easily that I get distracted very easily. And so I wanted to prevent that from happening for this video. I got some notes that I'm gonna be looking at just to make sure that I cover all the material that I've been given. This video might be long, but there's a lot of information to cover. So, um, on my way to work this morning, when I got there was smoke in the air, a lot of smoke. Something was burning. Something big was burning. It was smoke all through the atmosphere, um, everywhere. Whatever was burning, it was big. Um, and the smoke was pretty thick, uh, to where it was kind of taxing to breathe while you were outside. I didn't pay it much thought, although it did stand out to me. But I continued with my day. On my way home from work, um, a fire truck passed me with its sirens going off, lights blaring, all that, and there was another fire, um, that I had passed by, with a thick black smoke, and that stood out to me as well. And this is actually where the channeling started with spirit. So foundations are burning down. This could look different. What y'all have to understand is that as above, so below, as within, so without. So when I give these messages, especially the last one that I said about the masculine feminine, there's layers. There's different holographic um, meanings, if you will, to the messages that I give. So when I talk about the masculine and feminine energy in you, there's also the masculine and feminine energies in other people, and there's people with dominant masculine or dominant feminine and vice versa. So when I'm talking about the balance within yourself between the masculine and feminine, I'm also talking about the balance outside of you between masculine dominant energy beings and feminine dominant energy beings, the balance between them, whether that be work related or friendship related or romantically related. um, so when I give my messages, they have so many different layers to them, and I don't always remember to explain that in my videos, but I wanted to make a note of that today to make sure that y'all understood, like, it's not just what the specific example that I may be using. It comes in different layers. It can be applied to anything that it applies to, and that's the dichotomy of source and the creator that we all come from, the one creator that we all come from, whether you want to call that God or source or universe or spirit or divine, or whatever your wording is for that. It's totally legitimate. So there's a macro scale and there's a micro scale. So everything that happens in the macro scale, which is the big picture, which would be the universes, that is also mimicked on a micro scale, and that can go all the way down to the size of that can go all the way down to an atom and what takes place in a single cell organism. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is mimicked, from the macro scale down to the micro scale. So as above, so below. As within, so without. Whatever you are experiencing within yourself, you're going to experience in your outside world. It may not look exactly the same, but the energies are going to mirror each other. Um, So that's important to know. Whatever you're being presented with in your physical reality, you have to understand that that is what is going on inside of you. That is what's being um, that is what you are experiencing inside of you. So if you're experiencing conflict with people outside of you, it's because you're also experiencing conflict within yourself. And this is a lesson that I'm learning, and it's a beautiful lesson. You know what I'm saying? I've been hit with a lot of roadblocks throughout my life. You know, in these 37 years, and a lot of them have, it's been a few of them that have almost knocked me down. There's been a few where I was just able to kind of like jig real quick and, move past unscathed. And there was a lot that really touched me deep. Um, and when life touches you, it changes you, and I've learned to appreciate the lessons. I've learned to appreciate the mistakes that I've made. I've learned to appreciate the mistakes that other people have made, because in every single thing there's a lesson. Every single thing there's a lesson. And tying it back in with the idea that we created our reality, we created this plan before we got here, we begin to understand the significance of the lessons. Um, the more you understand the truth of who you are and what you really are. So foundations are burning down, and those foundations are foundations in you, your foundations that your personality was built on, based on maybe where you come from, how you grew up, your parents, what they instilled in you, your home life, anything that traumas or non-traumas that you experienced at a young age. Those foundations are burning down. The foundations and the way that society operates, the foundations that we have agreed to with our society, those are burning down. And what do I mean by that is, um, actually, it comes in a lot of different ways. We agree that, my the majority rules. That's a societal agreement. um Another societal agreement is, when someone says hello, you say hello back. That's a societal agreement. These are things that have enslaved us, piece by piece, have taken our freedom away from us. And it may sound these examples may sound insignificant to you, but you know they're not. When you start to pile these things up, and when you really understand what freedom is in its entirety, we have never even experienced anything like freedom. Not at all. That's why so many people are uncomfortable in the time that we're in now, because it's leading us to freedom, and a lot of people don't understand that freedom. They don't know that freedom, and it scares them. You know, um, but the foundations in our societal agreements are burning down. The foundations of our governmental agreements, our political agreements, are burning down. Our medical agreements are burning down. You know what I'm saying? Human right agreements are burning down. All of our foundations are burning down right now. And I said this a couple of years ago. Well, a couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, a lot, a year, over a year and a half ago, when the corona first started. I had all this anger inside of me, and I made a video on my old page saying that, burn this motherfucker down. Burn this bitch down. When they first started with all the riots and the Black Lives Matter movement with George Floyd and all that stuff really came out, like really hot and heavy, and people were like burning down, what was it, like, targets or whatever the fuck was going on back then. And I was like, hell yeah, burn that shit down, burn all that shit down to the ground, burn all this shit down to the ground. We need to start over. This shit ain't right. It's not equal. It's not balanced. A lot of people said that I was being really radical, and true, I was speaking out of emotion. I was speaking out of passion. I was speaking out of hurt. I was speaking out of anger, um, for the inequality on mankind. But I was speaking out of a deep, deep yearn for change. And a lot of us are coming from a deep yearn for change, and some of us don't recognize it, and maybe some of us do. But those foundations, they're coming down, and it looks scary to us because we don't understand the type of freedom that this is about to bring. But you know do not be afraid. Be still and know that I am God. you know this needs to happen. Our foundations need to be burned down. We need to restart. We need to restart. Our entire life is built on a lie. Our entire everything is built off of a lie, literally. Everything we know about our natural, normal reality is all a lie. It's all deceit. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not okay living like that. I'm not okay living in that deceit. So whatever it takes, whatever's necessary, you know, to live true, to live balanced, then that's what I yearn for. That's the change I yearn for. To live in balance, to live in truth, to live in love. Period. In abundance. You know. Um, so the smoke, the fires this morning, and again on my way home from work, that was the message from that. The foundations are burning down. Shit's burning down right now, y'all. It's nothing to be afraid of because we are sovereign beings. We create our reality. And this is just another way for us to come into balance. This is just another way for us to step into our sovereignty, to become who we truly are. These magical, limitless, beautiful, powerful, sovereign, godly beings. That's what we are. The gods that the Egyptians worshipped, that's what we are. We're them reincarnated and others that were never mentioned. That's what we are. All of us. Not just some of us. I'm sick of seeing the chosen ones, the chosen ones, the chosen ones. No, we're not chosen. We agreed. We decided. We made a choice to come here and do specific things. And that actually leads me to my next point. Spirit had kind of got on to me because um, I haven't been living my authenticity to my fullest. I've still been in that place of worrying about being judged, worrying about people calling me a fraud, worrying about people calling me fake, worrying about people, criticizing me for not being perfect and still having these messages. Because I'm not perfect. I still fuck up. I still lose my cool. I still do shit that normal people do. Even though spirit talks to me, even though spirit gives me these messages to convey, I still fuck up, and sometimes I'm not, you know, I don't have the courage to walk in my authenticity because I don't want to be called out. And Spirit said to me, but you chose to come here to be a clear channel. You said you would come to be a clear channel so that this information could come down and be spread so that you could set people free. But you yourself will not set yourself free. And I really had to look at myself. I had to really look at myself and be like, you're right. I talk all that hot shit, but even I'm afraid to do it. Even I'm afraid to really get on here and tell y'all the type of shit I be hearing, the type of things I be experiencing, the things that I know, the things that I see, the things that I feel, for wanting to avoid being judged. And that's a karmic lesson in me that I'm working through. But I'm every day making a point to step more and more into my authenticity, and that was my next point. Stepping into our authenticity, to take the mask off, y'all. It's time to take the mask off. Like, if I gotta start calling people out, that's what I'm gonna do. But all these tough guys out here, all these gangsters, all these niggas that want to be involved with the G code and living this lifestyle, y'all need to take the mask off. You are hurt. You are traumatized. You are sad. You feel hopeless. You've been abused. A lot of y'all have post-traumatic stress disorder. You're depressed. You're lost. That's what that lifestyle is. You have no morality. When you within yourself, you have no self-worth. You don't see your worth. That's what that lifestyle is. All that gangster shit and doing all that shit, that's all that is. It's time to take our mask off, y'all. We are divine sovereign beings. That's what we are. We are not murderers. We are not drug dealers. We are not schemers and con artists and scam artists. That's not who we are. That's not who you are. It's time to take the mask off. It's time to stop glorifying this dark, oppressed life. That foundation is being broken. That foundation is being burned. It's coming to an end. It's about to be over. It's time to take the mask off. It's time to step into your authenticity. If you feel like love, if you feel like you want to be happy, you want to be joyous, you want to just let the next nigga slide, like, yo, I ain't even with that shit today. Stop feeling so insecure. Stop taking everything so personal. Oh, that nigga disrespect me. You don't know who I am. Blah, blah, blah. No, you don't know who you are. You are disrespecting yourself. And because you don't want to look at that, and because you don't want to own up to that, you project that feeling within yourself outwardly into other people. That's what that lifestyle is. That's not honorable. It's fake. It's a fraud. That's why y'all talk about being real so much. Because you're a fraud. You're all frauds. You're living in a life you've given up. You've given up. You've given in to oppression. You said, all right, well, we're just gonna be oppressed people, so we're gonna stay oppressed. And now we're gonna make it a trend. So instead of going after your oppressor, you go after your brothers and your sisters. It's no different than a bully in school that's abused at home. He goes to school and he abuses the smaller kids in the school. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just progressively gotten more woven into our DNA. It's progressively gotten more woven into our personality, our lifestyle. And you agree to that oppression every time you claim that lifestyle. You agree to that. You say, I want more oppression. I want a harder life. I want to make sure my kids have a harder life. I want to make sure my kids have to risk their lives every day just to survive. I agree to that. That's what you do when you claim that lifestyle. When you support that lifestyle, especially through music, y'all don't understand how powerful music is. When you support that lifestyle through music, through agreeing to the music and singing along with the music, you don't understand what you're inviting into your life. You don't understand the wheel of fortune that you're allowing to continue to spin in that manner, in that direction. And it only progressively gets worse and worse. It's all fun and games until that shit's at your front door. It's all fun and games until you got the gun pointed at your head. Until your mom is mourning for you. Until you are mourning for your child or your brother or your sister or your pops. It's time to take the mask off, y'all. It's time to be real. You women out here that are running around and getting all these Botox injections, getting these ass lifts and titty lifts and all this other shit, and walking around with all this makeup on your face and all this fake hair and don't want nothing to do with how you were naturally created. Take the mask off, baby. You insecure. You insecure as hell. You don't like yourself. You don't like what you see when you look in the mirror. As within, so without. How you see yourself within is what you're going to see when you look in that mirror. I've been through all this, y'all. I've been through all of this. Maybe not the makeup and fake hair thing, but um, the image issues, yeah, I've been through that. The lifestyle issues, yeah, I've been through that. It's time to take the mask off. Y'all can't sit still. Y'all gotta be all up in everybody else's business, talking about what everybody else doing, allowing people to come and tell you what everybody else doing, because you ain't got no business of your own. Because you don't know your business. So in order to not think about everything that you need to look at within yourself, you look at someone else and you entertain yourself that way. It's time to take the mask off. You insecure, baby. You don't believe in yourself. You talk all that hot shit and you have all that pride and it's fake. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. It's time to step into your authenticity. It's time to stop faking it. They say you tell a lie so much and eventually you begin to believe it. Well, that's what y'all doing. Y'all starting to believe this bullshit. Y'all really starting to believe the lies that you're telling yourself. You don't want to talk out confrontations because you got so much trauma inside, or so much abandonment issues, or so many issues of being silenced and being unheard growing up, that you don't even you can't deal with issues now as an adult. Y'all wonder why relationships is failing. It's time to take the mask off. It's time to take the mask off. It's time to step into our authentic self. Our authentic self. My bad. People's energy, I feel it. I don't know whose energy's been on me for the past few days, but somebody energy on me is heartbroken. They sad. They real down and depressed, and I don't know who it is. I mean, I might have an idea of who it is, but somebody not doing too high, and I don't know if it's just one specific person that I'm tuning into, or if it's a collective energy of people that I'm tuning into. Y'all sad. Y'all hurt. Y'all lost. You have no reason to smile. There's no reason to be joyous. Don't go and drink. Don't pick up that addiction. Don't pick up that phone. Don't turn on those movies. Don't use those vices to continue to suppress those feelings that are coming up in you. Allow them to come up so that you can release them. See them. See that feeling. I feel insecure. I don't feel like I have value unless I'm in a circle of people that agree with my value, that validate my value. Otherwise, I don't feel like I'm nobody. When it's just me, I don't feel special. I don't feel important. So I have to go out here around these people and I have to step into my ego and put on this act like I'm this big bad wolf. This big funny bad wolf, so that I can feel accepted, so I can feel validated. Otherwise, there's no point. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. Listen, better days are coming. But you got to deal with that stuff. Stop using those vices to push that shit down. Let it come up. Let it come up. Look at it. Look at yourself. Admit to yourself what it is, so you can begin to release it. And when you release it, you gain a little bit more freedom. You gain a little bit more freedom. You gain a little bit more power. Real power. Real power. Power where you can stand alone and the whole world can be against you, and you stand right there in your power. And you know what that does? That empowers other people to stand in their power. It's a chain reaction, y'all. Unless we all go, no one goes. Unless we all win, no one wins, y'all. Better days are coming. They're coming. They're coming, y'all. They coming. We got to deal with what's at hand. On a macro scale and on a micro scale. As within, so without. As above, so below. We need to look at this shit. We need to deal with it, y'all. We need to allow it to be. We need to honor these feelings that are coming up. We need to honor these memories that are coming up, these traumas that are coming up. Which leads me into my next point. I believe tomorrow we stepping into, drum roll please, Mercury retrograde. Who's excited? This Mercury retrograde is going to be a lot more intense because it's going to be coming in and out of the same planets over and over. It's going to be going back and forth through the same planets over and over. Which is going to be tough. I want to say it's going in Mars a couple of times, and Mars is masculine energy, so the Mercury retrograde, you might see some anger coming up. You might see a lot of frustration coming up. You might see a lot of aggression coming up. You might see a lot of violence happening around you. This Mercury retrograde that's coming up it's going to be tough. I want to say it's going to be trine in Pluto and Neptune. Don't quote me. But this Mercury retrograde is going to be tough. Now, there are a few zodiac signs that it's going to be a little easier for. Can't remember which ones they are. It's only a few. But for the most of us, for the vast majority of us, we're going to have us a rough little ride for the next 3 weeks. The Mercury retrograde is going to last all the way to the 18th of October. And the common themes that you might see coming up are going to be some repeating themes. Something's going to be coming back up from what you were dealing with back in February or March of 2020, because that Mercury retrograde that happened back then is repeating some of the same things, not all, that were happening back then. So a lot of things that you were dealing with perhaps in February or March of 2020 will be coming back to revisit this Mercury retrograde. So something to look forward to. So think about what might have been happening around that time in 2020. COVID just got started. Maybe it's a sign that, we're going to go back into quarantine. The government's going to try to hype this COVID shit back up. Maybe something's going to happen with the vaccine. Maybe they're going to push a little harder on us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but something's coming back to be revisited during this Mercury retrograde. So y'all prepare yourselves. Stay grounded. Stay grounded. Stay grounded. Stay grounded. Stay grounded. And stay grounded. Don't act impulsively. Sit with that shit a little bit, y'all. Them thoughts is gonna be coming. Sit with that shit a little bit, y'all. Sit with that shit a little bit, y'all, before you act on it. Trust me. Not to say that you may change your mind, but you may come off in a softer way instead of using that Mars energy to come off rah rah. You know what I'm saying? Like, sit with it a little while. Let's see. We've covered all of those. Look to the skies. This was the next thing. Couple of nights ago, I seen some UFOs in the sky. It was kind of cool. I wanted to take a video, but they were moving so fast that I knew if I would have went and grabbed my phone, I would have lost it. So I just stood in the now moment and just observed what I was seeing. It was pretty cool. But the message coming from that is look to the skies. Your alien heritage, your family, your soul tribe is out there, and they're projecting energy towards you. Love energy, home energy. A lot of y'all might be feeling homesick. You might be getting this homesick feeling. You might even be at home. I know that came up in me a couple of days ago. But I was at home, which was ironic because I had been on the road for 3 weeks. So I don't know. But your soul tribe families out there, they loving on you. They sending you light. They loving on you. They saying we here, we haven't left you. We haven't left you. Even when you felt like you was in your darkest moments and you forgot to look to us, we were right there. We were right there, but you chose to do it on your own, so it was hard for you. It hurt a lot. We know, but we was right there. So open up and receive, y'all. Open up and receive what you are being given. The love and the light that's being projected towards you. Open your heart to receive. How do you do that? Oh, okay. No problem. What I like to do is I listen to music. Music opens my heart a lot. Um and not the sad depressing music, the inspirational music, the favorite love songs, the love songs that remind you of just a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like something that opens your heart. Find something that will open your heart up so that you can begin to receive that love and that energy that's being projected towards you from your soul family. Um, and ask for help. Ask for help. Yo, ask for help. I ask my higher self to please assist me. I give permission for my higher self to intercede, to interfere, to intervene. I give permission for my spirit guides of the highest love and light order. I give permission for them to intervene, to intercede. I ask for your help. I ask my ancestors of the highest love and light. I give permission for you to intercede, to intervene. I ask for your help. Ask for help. And then when you ask for the help, keep your eyes open. Pay attention to what's going on. You'll notice a song will come on the radio, or you'll get a phone call, or something will pop up on your phone, or you'll overhear somebody saying something at the supermarket, or anything can happen. They can use any and every fucking way. A bird may land on a stoop next to you. They can use any and every fucking thing around you that's gonna grab your attention, to talk to you, to say, hey, I'm here, to bring that energy to you. So ask for help, and then pay attention, and be open to receive it. Be open to receive it. And how do you be open to receive it? You simply intend. I intend to be open to receive everything that is coming to me. So be it. See how easy that is? It's because you're a sovereign being. That's because you're a sovereign, godly, powerful being. That what you intend, truly intend, not just what you say and then have this whole thought form happening in your head like that's never gonna happen. None of that shit don't happen to me. That only happens to other people. I've never even started to meditate. I haven't lived this lifestyle. That's not gonna happen for me. That's the shit that keeps shit from coming. That's the shit that keeps shit from coming. But when you know within your being that you are sovereign, and you trust that, and you intend to allow those things to come to you, truly intend, piece of cake. Shit easy as fuck, y'all. Really. Really. So, that's what I got. Foundations are burning down, y'all. They burning. They burning down. So, and that, again, that's on a macro scale and a micro scale. That's outside in the world, and that's inside in you. That's outside your direct reality, and it's inside, deep within your soul. So if y'all want, leave me a comment below. Let me know how this energy showing up for y'all. And happy Mercury retrograde. I mean, it's not gonna be a fun one. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Peace.